Challenge.
Got a big task ahead of her though. First kill coming through the rain, and the second down. She's done it. She's kept res in this game.
Hello and welcome to the Intel Challenge 2019. My name is Alex Snons-Byford and I'm joined here by the lovely Tom Bismite. How you doing, mate?
Oh, you nailed the surname. Most people actually get that wrong. It's Bismir or...
Bismite.
Like
Don't
that,
worry, we
but
go way
you got-
back,
you
don't
got-
you?
yeah.
Infinity days.
Got spot on.
Exactly. So, obviously, myself and Tom have casted this event prior. Obviously, yourself 2 years ago. I did the last one last year, 2018. You know, a year, 2 years later. But actually, a lot of these teams have stayed the same.
Yeah, well, like, I do recognize a lot of the faces, at least going into like the Assassins roster, for example. It's a big mix of like different teams coming together. And well, like you look over at Pain, I believe that they're almost identical.
Same roster, exactly
to
that.
what we saw not long ago. So it's good to see these sort of longer standing rosters at least. But I'm looking forward to seeing sort of Assassins face off against them.
And having that, well, longevity in your roster builds up the storylines that we're hoping to see coming into this event. Obviously, Pain Gaming finishing 4th in the last Intel Challenge, actually beating out 2 of the players from Assassins, that being Candy and Kelly, on a singularity. But here comes the push then. T side coming in towards the B side.
Yeah, already Gabby at the back. Manages to find one, but is overwhelmed. It's Vizina trying to do a lot of the damage, but can't find anything just yet. The rotations come in fast from the CT side, in on that flank, but Vilga's looking to hold down the fort and manages a double on Banana. That may even put this round to bed, as now they have so much control over the other side of the map, and, well, realistically, it needs to be a quick frag coming in from Cammy.
No defuse could as well here, Tom, for the CT sides. The kills have to be immediate. But there you have it. Oh, we've even got the after round sounded as well, just to jam out to. 1-0 for Assassins. Pain Gaming losing out there on their CT pistol towards the B site. Fairly obvious as to what the strategy was going to be, though. Obviously, we saw the double HE grenade towards top Banana. That means that 2 players have smokes. Typically, you're expecting the CT smoke and the smoke towards the spools in towards Ruin for that B execution. But I don't think Pain Gaming rotated enough players towards that B site to be ready for that hit. Now then, it is going to be the force buy, though, coming out from 2 of the players on Pain Gaming, Shuliana and Pan. Deagles towards the B-bomb side as a few of the players here from Assassins make their way towards B. They have the utility here, Tom, to go for the execution once again. Should be the same as what we saw before.
Yeah, I would say that the buy coming in from Assassins almost shows a sort of lack of respect for their opponent, because like normally you at least see maybe an AK or 2 going into this buy round. They've gone pure SMGs. They're looking to make as much money as possible over on the T side, and with 3 unarmored players, they're definitely well placed to go into this round and make some cash. Interesting with the 2 players force buying though. A lot of the time you see teams on Inferno saving a lot of money to make sure they have all of the utility they desire going into that like sort of 4th round buy, but wow.
3rd round now, actually. But here comes the push in towards B. Positioning with one of the only players really actually investing into the round, not really finding too much success, as it's just a pure cleanup here towards the B bomb site from Assassins. That's exactly what they want versus the Eco. Having 4 or 5 players staying alive, finding kills with the MAC-10s and UMP. The former Singularity duo there, Candy and Kelly. Bomb going down, obviously, for the 2 players that saved, they may as well keep the armor for the next round. They're going to have the additional $1,900, so if they save the Kevlar, they could actually go for a UMP buy here. Obviously, Vilga with the most ADR. It's only a few rounds in, so nothing really to write home about just yet, but obviously, kills in the pistol round, translating well so far.
It's interesting because, of course, like upgraded economy, you get more money now going into this next round, so it's 2,400.
3.4, apologies, yeah.
But like that's why I'm surprised that normally you either see everyone force and then you eco the next round and then you have like an extra 2,900 and everybody can buy utility, or you eco and then you buy quick, like you said, 3rd round.
I think
so they've sort of done a mix of both.
The only way it makes sense is if the 2 players that invested into weapons that last round are the A players. Obviously, if you go through Banana, you have to have the Molotov smoke and the HGs and the flashes as well to take Banana control early.
Yeah, but the thing, like, most of the time now you can afford that even with some investment.
Exactly.
So the fact that they flat ecoed, I am maybe expecting an AWP or 2 to come in play. Like, 2 AWPs is fairly audacious, like, right off the bat, but if that's the style they like to play, then go for it. I'd love to see it early on, but Like, just think about, like, you look at Cammy, for example, she's going to get 2,900, and she's going to be, what, around that sort of 7,000 marker? That's a lot of money to have.
Ooh, flashbang. Deployed towards top banana. Here it comes, though, for a second time, but the only player going to get caught out is Claudia. There should be easy pickings here for the TE side, but actually the headshots are landing in favor of Pain Gaming. I don't think they've realized how many bodies are actually here from Pain. As Assassins are making their way towards the A side, but you can see how cautious Kelly and Vilga are being. Vilga as well dinged down by their USP to 22 points of health. And here come the rotations. Gabby and Sholiana are here.
Yeah, this is a decent chance. They've already done enough damage for what was a full eco round, and they're going to make Assassins get some rebuys. But the question is, can they win it? Like, just look at the HP of the remaining couple of players. They've got that Map1, that run and gun ability, and in fact, they've picked up a second over in towards mid as well. Pan looking to come around the back side, and already Sholiana finds another with a Diga. It's all left on to Kelly. 1 versus 3. She manages to get the first. The second's very low. She hits the headshot as well. Looking to save this round for Assassins, and that's exactly what she'll do. Holds onto the round. Should even be able to pick up an AK, and they needed that save there because that would have been a full eco win for Pain.
Precisely that. Also for the morale as well this early on into the best of 1, remember. Here comes the 4-buy though from both teams. 4 orgs coming out from Pain Gaming. Cammy going to be wielding the single AWP, but we're witnessing 5 scopes here for the CT side. As mentioned prior, it is going to be Pan and Sholiana, the 2 players that did force in the second round who are playing towards A. So the theory of the players saving are playing towards B does make sense, as they do have the Molotovs ready for that. So, very typical default here coming out from this first matchup here at the Intel Challenge 2019. Banana control for the CT side. They can leave 1 or 2 players here, rotate the additional players towards the A site. And obviously now for Assassins, they have to play the patient game here, wait for the utility to be used and fade away towards Banana, retake Banana control, take mid control in the meantime, and eventually make that crucial mid-round call.
Already very passive play coming out from Pain. They're not giving much information over to Assassins. You can see them probing up top mid, taking a lot of control. They have Banana for free. It's super passive. Almost what we used to see from like Tai Lu, for example, when they played against Luminosity. Like, it was super, super passive and really difficult to play against.
2017, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's how they won it. That's how they won that match, because there was just so much given to the Ts that when it came to executions, they didn't know what to do. They've held onto utility as well. Like, there's still a couple of Molotovs and a smoke. And with only 25 seconds up and coming on the clock, they're going to make the execute.
Molotovs here as well for Pan. This is crucial playing towards Pip. Molotov going to be deployed now towards apartments. The question is, though, yeah, it's going to go too deep. Lands to the Molotov, actually. So, frivolous Molotov, but the lineup's there for the Org. Only 1 kill found there by Bazingha, but Pan has the off angle.
And Kelly jumps down. There's only seconds left. They need to try and deny that plant, but it actually will go down. And Claudia's found another again, though. It's a very low HP clutch attempt. Already, Claudia on just 13 HP, waiting patiently for the push to come back in. Hits the headshot and the second as well. The Assassins, they're getting away by the skin of their teeth at the moment.
Not sure if we can hear the sound of the players from across the room, but it seems like they're fairly animated after that clutch there from Claudia. We've seen a 1 versus 3 and now a 1 versus 2. 17 HP, I believe it was there from Claudia. Playing the headshot angle, though, underneath the balcony. Lands the precise double headshot to make that 4-0. This must be so frustrating for Pain Gaming, because so far they're playing this so well. But it's in those clutch moments where the experience really does shine.
Oh, we've seen Bazina actually buy into this round. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or just they're trying to do what a lot of teams do on the T side with like 1 solitary rifle trying to do some damage, because if you think about the way the rounds have been going, Assassins have not been making a lot of money. They're still in an okay position if they were to lose this round, but it really wouldn't be a 4-buy whatsoever. Shalina also very aggressive spots out Kelly. That's a lot of information gathered, and considering there's nobody around this mid position, they should know exactly where the rotation's coming in. They're all going to be stacking on the B site towards the end of this round.
As you mentioned, information gathered. Bazingha there towards CT as well, but actually to be going down immediately. So all the firepower taking out of the equation. The flashbang's good, but you can see now Assassin's maybe getting a bit scared as to what's going on as Sholiana comes in from the rear.
Yeah, she's got herself the AWP as well, but Mimi will put her down within the next few seconds, and Oh, there's only 2 players left on towards this site. They both have some Kevlar and still have an attempt to do some damage. The MP9 will be able to pick off one as the bomb does go down. If they can drop even a player or 2 more, they will at least keep keep Assassins honest. And that's been the big problem for them so far. Yeah, they've won the rounds. They've been so close. Kelly, a great start to the game from her, currently 7-2, and leaves Cammy just at the back towards the church, praying that she'll be able to get another kill and do some extra damage, with the chance of winning very, very slim as the bomb is so far ticked.
I hope a few people got the wordplay there. So, 1 versus 2, no defuse kit, and no armor means a very, very easy finish there for Assassins, as they make it 5-0 as we head into the 6th round. And this is the issue. Bazingha went for the force by the last round, you'd imagine by accident. And with that, she's now forced onto the SMG, but playing towards the B side, obviously she can still make that work, be flashed in towards Banana, get that Banana control early, maybe play in towards Logs if they want to get aggressive there and keep hold of Banana control for the whole of that round. 3 players here once again from Pain Gaming, and Claudia goes through the smoke. That's a very, very ambitious move to make without the aid of a flashbang from a teammate. I think maybe the 5-0 scoreline starting to give the players on the T side a bit too much confidence. But with that play, another smoke going to be dished out towards Banana. They could leave the AWP alone, and they shall do that. Cammy going to be the remaining play here towards the B site, allowing for Bazingha and Gabby to join the ranks towards the A site. 4 players situated here now for Pain Gaming. If Assassins do conclude the round towards the A site, Tom, Pain have no more excuses left. They have to pick up a round soon.
Yeah, this is another situation where, at least in terms of the calls, in terms of the read, Pain have got this spot on. They've got the setup on the right side of the map. Candy going to be peeking and almost handed away a frag, but again, that's information gathered by the CT side. They'll have the knowledge of where the Ts are, at least for now. Still, there's going to be the challenge onto Banana, but again, Cammy, she's holding down the fort. She's found that opener. The interesting thing, though, is she actually looks to fall back a little bit. Doesn't have such an aggressive angle anymore. It won't matter. The rest of the Ts are making their way in towards this A site. Jolene needs to do some damage from the pit, and that's exactly what she'll do. And the cross being held by Pan, this should be very difficult to get into this site now, especially with the elevated angle and the bomb dropped. Kelly can't just clutch this one out. She has to go take the fight, take the push. And you can see the CTs, they're just trying to wait patiently. They're waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Still, she gets an individual duel, though. I'm quite surprised by that. Bomb should be able to be planted as well. There's more money in, and the push from the CT players actually going to lose her life. And Kelly again with a chance, but finally, Pain will win themselves the clutch. At the same time, though, they've lost a lot of money in that.
Thought we were going to be seeing deja vu there towards the B-bomb site. Kelly in the 1 versus 3 nearly makes it happen. But Gabby is there to steal the hope away for a 6th round for Assassins. However, Tom, the issue still lies here for Pain Gaming. They've won their first round, but only with 1 player remaining. Yeah. They are very susceptible here to being reset. And if that happens, you know, we're witnessing a 6-1 scoreline. Ecos for Pain Gaming, 4 spies. This could already spell the end very early on here. So, crucial round for both of these teams. Pain Gaming have to get rounds the board and make this a consecutive win. And right now, we're seeing a very passive approach towards the B side. I think that's maybe because they're trying to see if Assassins are going to make that same play. Obviously, we saw Claudia jump through the smoke. Maybe Pain Gaming were anticipating Assassins to fight for Banana control. That's why they're playing so passive. The AWP is this time towards the A site as well, so it's not as if they're trying to bait Assassins in for a contact play towards B into the AWP from Cammy. Smoke is down, but it's a bad smoke, Tom. Slight gap that if they make noise actually going for the boost up, Vilga would hear that. So, rotation coming in from Cammy towards the B site. Assassins starting to group up outside B. They have the utility here to go for the full execution towards the B site. This is the real test now for Pain.
Yeah, they've got a good early read, though. Cammy's already rotated in with the AWP, and although Assassins will still have the numbers advantage, they have kept some utility. And I like the fact that Pain are doing that. They're happy to hold on to their incendiaries, their nades, for as long as possible and just trying to, well, literally burn down the clock. And there goes the Molotov first, but I think it lands inside the smoke. I think it was thrown just a little bit too early. Still, though, it's going to have to be a forced effort through the smoke from the Ts already. A lot of damage done by the MP9, managing to lower these T players as they push into the site. And again, the utility usage just slowing them down. Only 15 seconds left on the clock, but the bomb will be planted by Kelly. The thing is, though, again, they're going to gain quite a lot of control.
This flank is so crucial here from Sholiana, and she will win the duel. 4 versus 2 now as it's all down to the former Singularity duo, Kelly and Candy. Flashbang comes in, it's perfect. And now it's all down to Candy, the 1 versus 4. 1 versus 3 nearly, she almost got a kill there on to Cammy. But the AWP will still survive as 3 players this time make their way into the next round. So, oh, a new music kit. Actually, it's just the round-ending music theme, brilliant. But round number 8 here, 2-5. 2 rounds consecutively here for the Brazilian side, which is obviously very good for their money going forward. However, Tom, their cash still isn't too strong. But they are finally going to be versus a much weaker buy from Assassins. Pistols across the board, light utility. Only Kevlar for Claudia and Kelly. And they seem to be going for an apartments burst here. Sholiana is in towards the T-Apps, so this could actually be very bad for Pain Gaming if they lose one of their only 2 players towards A early on.
Yeah, this is all going to come down to timing. You can already see the rotations coming in from the CT side as they've gone for that same stack that we saw earlier with the 1 person over towards the B site, and then the remainder all going to be on A. And now you look at that apps first, you're thinking, I'm not really looking forward to this now if you're on the Assassin side of things, because there are 4 players waiting, 2 of them on the site, 1 up close. This is very difficult. Mimi acts as a distraction, but even still, the bomb's going to get dropped up above, and this stack has worked flawlessly. Not a single kill, barely any damage, and Pain, well, that was fantastic.
9th round then. Let's see the adjustments these teams are going to be making. Surprised to not see a pause actually coming out from both teams. Obviously for Pain in that 2nd round they won. Could argue for a pause there to be had because it was such a crucial round to win. And for Assassins as well, they're starting to let the momentum slip slightly, as they are going to be contesting banana control. Claudia, the spout through the smoke, lines up very well, but actually going to be the one on the receiving end of the damage through the smoke. Down to 19 points of health. But Assassins starting to realize that there's 3 towards banana early on each and every round from Pain Gaming. Maybe they can try and take advantage of that by going for a fast execution towards that A site, exploiting the fact there's only 2 players here, Tom. 5 versus 2, Pan and Sholiana. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, the rotation is coming back in though, so the T's, they do need to get their movement on. They have to be wary of the flank. Claudia spins around, manages to find the person pushing through the smoke. Already, Sholiana waiting on the site, will be removed. Pan is in a difficult situation, needs to at least find a kill or 2, and Gabby has managed to find one on the rotation as well. Still, back into this 2 versus 2, and we've seen Assassins so good in these clutch situations, so good when it comes down to the even scenarios, and, well, it's going to be Mimi on the site.
Really good afterplants here as well from the T side, having Kelly in towards Pip, Gabby with the AWP in towards apartments. Every day is a school day, it seems. Let's see if she can make it work then. Go for the wall bang, completely gives away her position. And with Mimi finding the frag onto Gabby, they know exactly where the remaining player here is from the Brazilian side. And on that bombshell, she's just going to save, and it makes sense.
Yeah, especially with the amount of money that there is over on the CT side at the moment, it definitely makes sense to save the AWP. She'll also have, what, 8-9 grand in the bank, so she'll be able to drop a couple of weapons, so it'll actually put Pain in a decent position to rebuy. So yeah, important round. Obviously Assassins, I was sort of waiting for that, for a little bit of a pace change, because even if you just looked at the utility usage from Pain, they were able to hold on to these incendiaries and smokes for so long, because although a lot of control was being taken by Assassins, it wasn't really being utilized properly. This round they go, okay, we've seen that many players over towards B, and as you said, they then just went, okay, let's pick up the pace into that A site.
Well, they did a very good execution. One of the mistakes they could have made is if they went for a quad wrap. What they did instead, knowing that there's not going to be an additional player arch, instead they did the arch wrap to quarantine the 2 players on site. Very smart adjustment there. Maybe Punisher, their coach, giving them that insight, but obviously there was no pause, so I think actually Vilga called that one. Obviously, Vilga, extremely experienced player for that squad, former Res, many times champion in the female scene. But flashbang in towards Banana, not going to connect her to any of the players towards top of Banana, and with that, Pain Gaming sacrificed their first player towards the B site, and this is where things get very easy for Assassins. All they have to do here, Tom, is work the clock. They know that Cammy or the Arch player has to rotate to A to B. And what does this mean, Tom? Once again, they can fall back onto the Arch, wrap, smoke off library, smoke off towards the arch itself, and this should be their 7th round, and this should be where they break the money for Pain.
Yeah, there's going to have to be a heroic play coming out from one of the Pain players if they are going to hold on to this round. They'll fall back into the sights, and again, you talk about this wrap-around Mimi, perfectly timed to pick off one, and already spotting the second player within the site. Jolina needs to be a hero, and well, won't get anything done. The remaining 2 players may just even have to think about saving a 5 versus 2 retake on A. It's impossible.
Again, this is coming down to fundamental Counter-Strike. You get the first pick towards the B site, you wait 10 to 15 seconds, allow for the rotation of Cammy towards B. You know there's going to be 2 players on towards the site. You do the exact same execution that worked last time. And deja vu, they get themselves the 7th round here. So again, fundamental Counter-Strike being played better by Assassins, and you could argue that's from the experience of Vilga at the helm of this roster. And with that 7th round going to be had, there should be the eco coming out from Pain Gaming. Assassins could get to an 8th early on, and obviously getting to 8 rounds means they will win the half already. This is where I'd like to see a pause from the Brazilian side to try and decide. Yeah, there we go. Pause is going to be had. And it is a tactical pause from Pain Gaming. And if we think about adjustments, what can they really do here? So far, they're falling short to the executions of the arch wrap when they have 2 players there. If they send 3 players banana at the start of the round, Assassins are now exploiting that with the execution towards A. If Assassins get an early pick with the entry frag towards A or B, they slow the clock down, they wait patiently, and then they execute upon the site which is missing a player. So far, again, Pain Gaming have to stop giving away that first frag.
Well, they have taken the time, taken the moment to give themselves a chance. I do think, at least in the early round scenarios, that Pain have been making a lot of the right decisions. I just think that individually Assassins have looked very good so far. We've seen some impactful clutches coming out from the likes of Kelly, also Claudia as well. And in the last round, well, last couple of rounds, as you said, it's been more just they've been finding that opening pick and just working with it all the way through and just trading effectively. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see some adaptations from Pain. I do think that the initial sort of deep banana control, the smokes going down and then setting up with the AWP was a really well done strategy from them. It worked. The problem is we haven't actually seen that in the last couple of rounds because Assassins have been challenging so early on.
I was about to say, that works brilliant if the other team is respecting you and giving time for you to give your setup enough respect and time to basically to be deployed. You know, they have to wait for all the smokes to be faded, they have to wait for the Molotovs to fade, they have to wait for banana control to be theirs, leaving the AWPer alone, having the 2 players walk over, remember, because if there's a player top banana, he hears the rotations going, he can then call there's only 1 player there, and then they can execute B and exploit that. So they have to walk towards the A side, which adds additional seconds, and seconds turn into hours in a game of Counter-Strike. Speaking of seconds, Assassins are going again for seconds towards the A side. This time, the apartments burst. It didn't work when they're on eco, but something says when they've got full weaponry and full utility, when the AWPer's towards Arch, this should be a very, very quick round here.
Yeah, they do at least have the 2 weapons towards this site. That's the one sort of benefit at the moment. All the other players on eco over towards B. And actually, Bazina's doing a good job of finding a couple of kills, but other than that, that is pretty much the round over. The remaining players may as well just like run in, try and do some damage, steal away a weapon from these terrorists' side. But all in all, considering it was just a safe weapon and an eco, a couple of players being dropped is not a bad round from them at all, and they can still try and hold a couple on the exits.
At best, maybe pick up a weapon for themselves. Flashbang comes in. No armor for the remaining players here. The chicken wants some action, though. Surreal would be jealous. Push coming in towards the site now. Vilga, easy clean up there towards Pip. And there you have it, 3 frags for the in-game leader and captain. 10 frags for her, 10 for Mimi as well. 5 round advantage here as we head into the 12th round. Assassins have now won the half at a bare minimum with 8 rounds. And this is where the pause has to come into effect. What's the changes we're going to be seeing? They're going to be sending 3 players towards the A site from the start, try and counter that play. And it seems like Vilga's caught wind of that.
Yeah, already again, much more passive control. They have left a player over towards the sandbags on Banana, and it's not just completely relinquished. However, it is looking like they will have to fall back. But actually, it's further aggression coming out here from Gabby, just lurking around the edge of the smoke, has a chance to line them up, and a nice little double, the triple even coming in from her. A little bit of a sneaky play, a hero play early in this round, and, well, Kelly will eventually trade it back, but the damage is done.
Just like that, this seems like a very good position for Payne to be in. 3 frags there from Gabby. Does eventually get shredded out, though, by Kelly. And now Kelly going to be going in for a bit of a probe in towards the B site. Find any frags, any entries, any information that she can. But Cammy with the M4 should be peeking out fairly shortly and spot the players as the Molotov will come in. The Zing is there at first, Oranges as well, but she gets spotted out. Cammy has to go huge here, otherwise the site's going to be in favor of Assassins, but she does get the cleanup on both of them remaining towards the B site. So thanks to the heroic play from Gabby, it shall be a 4th round here for Payne Gaming into the 13th round.
Yeah, those are the sort of plays that can really bring some high morale to the team, but ultimately you can't expect those every single round.
Yeah,
so
no consistency there.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's definitely a good round for them to sort of bring through. It's like, okay, we've gained some confidence. We know that we can get those multi-frag kills versus a team of high-skill individuals. So I think that that's an important round for Payne, but at the same time, this is where we need to see the team play, the synergy, the effective trading start to come into play. Especially like when you talk about some of the clutch rounds that have come in, they could have easily been dealt with if there was a little bit more team play coming in from Payne. So either way, we're looking like we're having another A-site take coming in, an earlier one here from Assassins, and they're just going to go pushing straight, and Cammy is holding onto that arch, but has to be careful. They're already rounding the corner, almost caught out, but will just about be able to manage to the side. But once again, they've had to abandon any control of arch and just locked in towards the side. The AUGs, though, doing damage, but Mimi with the quick trades. Will they expect Pan, however? Yes, she will. Clears everything. Mimi is on fire at the moment, and while only 2 players remain for the CT side.
Hat-trick there for Mimi as she cleans out the A-bomb site. 3 versus 2 now in favor of Assassins as the retake shall come to fruition here. Molotov's in towards default. Only 1 player there, though. There's going to be Mimi. She's on top of the box. Goes down fast, though. Claudia now in towards the famous position she was in earlier. Lands the second headshot again. Going back to where we saw her in the first buy round, in towards that position. 9-4, and that's the reset. The harsh one at that. $2,000 across the board for a few of the players here for Payne Gaming. Just Sholiana and Pan there at 4,000. And they are going to be going for the save in for that last round, trying to play and salvage for that 10-5 half. If they lose the pistol in this next half here, Tom, I think we're going to be going to a second map fairly shortly.
Yeah, no, this has been a dominating half from Assassins, and the early start definitely helped them out. Obviously, we've still got to see their CT side, and obviously being quite a new team, it's going to be one of those things where we see if they have that sort of synergy over on the CT side of Inferno. Obviously, we spoke about rotations already when it comes to Payne, and how that a lot of the time they have been caught out with some of the positions, and maybe calling hasn't been quite on point. It's obviously difficult to tell from an outsider perspective, but the T side from Assassins, you can't really discredit it. It has been very good, and they've been adaptive in the way they've been playing as well.
So, bomb site has been cleared. Bomb is going down. 5 players alive here for Assassins, but obviously money isn't the commodity here. Rounds are, at this point, the cash is actually not really as high as we'd expect for Assassins, but they will have enough for a buy, full buy in the next round. Anyway, this is just to pad the stats and look as good as you can on HLTV. Last player alive there, Pan, hoping for some exit frags towards Banana. So, final round coming in here, the first half of the first match of the Intel Challenge 2019. No pause for Payne Gaming, which is surprising to see because this is a very important round for them going forward. Look at their cash as well here, Tom. Only AUGs for 2 of the players. Not even M4s as well for the remaining. Just 2 MP9s and a FAMAS there for Cammy. No defuse kits, but the utility is strong. Very strange to see 4 Molotovs, but no defuse kits for a CT side. But maybe they have a plan of action to get aggressive early.
Yeah, I think they need to try and take some control in towards... Oh, no, Claudia, though! An absolute headshot machine in this game. And, well, gone. Gone within seconds.
And again, Eventually, Cammy has to rotate towards the B site. Once that smoke fades, Gabby cannot be left alone with an MP9. Once that rotation comes, you know what Assassins may do. Go back towards the A site, execute towards A, and exploit the 2 players there. However, Pain Gaming going to be taking the proactive approach this time around as they push in towards T Apartments, but Mimi's holding for it.
It's just whether or not she actually gets caught from the other player if going down mid. Nope. Actually just spins right around just in case there is anybody attempting to flank her. The rest of the team, in the meantime, looking to try and push in towards this B site. No matter what happens, they have an advantage here. And, well, although Mimi will go down on the other side of the map, actually another comes in as well before the smoke goes down. That's given an opportunity on the site as well. Nice shot from Candy, though, will remove Gabby from action and leave it on to just 2 players isolated behind the smoke.
Low HP as well here for Cammy. This would be a situation where you would be saving if it wasn't the last round. Smoke does fade now towards CT. Only flashbangs left for Assassins in terms of utility. Smoke coming in towards the back boxes, but it's going to be too late here, Tom. Vilga with the remaining 2 frags, and just like that, the first half concludes 11-4, heavily in favor of the T side.
Yeah, they're a strong T-half, a very strong T-half. Like, there was a few rounds in the middle after the sort of 5-0 streak where it seemed like Pain gone into their rhythm a little bit. They had the sort of switch up with the 4-stack over onto towards A, but it just seemed after that the Assassins found the weak points, found the positions that they could exploit, and the second that happened, we just see a streak of rounds. Only 1 round since there have been trade of 6 for Assassins. So strong T-half. We need to see pretty much exactly the same from Pain if there's going to be any chance of them bringing this back.
Just strong fundamentals, essentially. Making good reads from the CT side setups from Pain Gaming, and they reacted to what Pain Gaming were doing as well. I think that's very crucial to really illustrate here. We saw 3 banana towards Pain Gaming early on. Assassins were playing a very slow T default. We saw in the first Byron, actually, Tom, Assassins were waiting out the utility towards the B site. They were taking mid control while the smokes were still there towards the B site. They waited and waited. They played slow. They made the mid round call to go towards the A site. Obviously, they had the clutch from Claudia to actually steal back the round.
Yeah.
And the heartbreaking thing here for Pain Gaming is the fact that actually early on they played it so well. While Assassins were respecting them, playing slower, Pain Gaming were able to get the 4-man setup towards the A site, leaving Cammy alone towards A with the orb, towards B with the orb. They had very good setups. The problem was, as soon as Assassins upped the tempo, Pain Gaming just had no answer.
It's an interesting pistol coming out from Assassins. This might just be a read of like watching demos in the past of Pain. They put 4 players over onto this A site and just left 1 spotter in the form of Vilga on B. Now, she's got herself the smoke and the kit, so that will pretty much be left if she goes down. If she's isolated and picked off, there will be a kit in play. And also, she can use the smoke to just slow any pushes anyway. So I like the idea. It's a risk, though. It is a risk in the pistol, but if it works out, this will be a big, big problem for Pain.
Fortune does favour the bold, though, Tom.
Or the bold, in my favour.
That's very true. That is very true. Minute left on the clock here, as it seems like Pain Gaming are going to be going to exactly where Vilga does reside. Big test here. Let's see if they are going to respect the smoke. P comes through. Smoke going to be coming down towards the B side. And now for Pain Gaming, do they still commit towards B? It seems like they will. Assassins, though, they haven't budged towards A.
This is going to be very difficult for Vilga. She needs a couple here if there's going to be any chance of them winning this round. And, well, that's not bad. A kill and a fadeaway. Gets out with the kit. Could just wait for the rotation of her team. And that's a strong pick right there.
5 versus 4. Kit's still in the play. She has the 1-man advantage. She's done very well here as the B anchor. Claudia as well on the retake towards Banana. Takes down Gabby. 3 versus 5. But now they come for the push in towards Ruin. This kill here is crucial as now Bazinga pushing through the smoke. Gets the drop on 2 of the players. Now a 2 versus 3 as suddenly this round favors Pain Gaming. Push coming in towards Ruin. The shots are missed, but they're going to be landed by Pain Gaming. 1 versus 2. Claudia without the kit has to go for the 10-second defuse. And just like that, the round is turned on its head. We saw a very good play there from Assassins early on. Vilga, as you said, as the anchor, got the first kill, fell back in towards Ruin, played it so well, but didn't fall back far enough. Got a bit too greedy there playing in towards Ruin. Pain Gaming making a very good mid-round adjustment. As soon as they lost control towards Banana, they retook control towards Ruin to have it in the afterplan. And it worked out so well.
Yeah, now we see minimal investment. I think we're going to see that early third-round buy coming in from Assassins with AUGs, M4s if they desire. We'll limit them quite a bit in terms of utility, but just that early buy can be so powerful. And, well, instead they've just gone for a B stack. Again, it's going to be Vilga as the sort of lone defender. She's, well, lone wolf almost. Just looks to try and do the damage on her own, makes all the calls for the team, and leaves the others over on the other side of the map to try and do some extra damage. But it's interesting because I think that smoke has actually thrown off the T's a little bit. Like, Vilga's one smoke has forced them in towards the stack. So there's going to be 4 players ready and waiting for the T's as they look to go into B.
In terms of utility, 1 smoke, 3 flashbangs. Obviously, if they smoke off towards CT, that is the CT defense left frivolous. Flashbang goes in, doesn't connect though, and with that, just lambs to the slaughter in towards the B-bomb site. 5 versus 2, easy cleanup here for Pain Gaming. Kill is going to be found on the SMGs as well, which is going to pay dividends later on into the half with their cash soaring ahead.
Yeah, I think this is an important round, especially like it's gaining confidence because you've kept it so clean. Like when you look at the round prior, like on the other half, where Pain managed to get 4 kills and was in a 1v3 versus Kelly in this situation, to have it just squeaky clean, make sure that you don't lose any players, that's fantastic. Obviously, we're expecting to see a buy coming in next round from Assassins anyway, so they will have rifles, and that could be a little bit of a risk versus, obviously, all of these SMGs, all of these rifles that they have over on the other side. But I'm interested to see if they'll upgrade any of them. Also, if we'll have head armor over on Assassins, because if they don't, then that Map1 will be just as deadly as the M4 on the other side.
Round number 18. First Byron in the second half here. In terms of orgs, not many as we saw from the Brazilian side. Instead, Assassins opting for 3. But Pain Gaming going to be upping the tempo here as they have the SMGs in play. Map1 and 2 UMTs, so they're going to be applying the pressure early on as they come barreling in towards the A-bomb. Some of the crossfire is perfect. And so is Claudia's spray, it seems, as she finds 3. Mimi with the final 2 as well. 12-2. They wish. 12-6 as we go into the 19th round here. Only 1 player dying, and that's Claudia, after finding 3 frags towards A.
Was she in the pit again? Because I feel like she's just the pit warrior. Like that's her like ideal position. You get her there, and it's just like, let's just leave her alone. Like let's go somewhere else, because she's been destroying anybody the second she's got in towards the pit. So strong start. Obviously now we see the T's. They still have a buyback in. It's not perfect, but like that. But yeah, it's not perfect. They've got utility missing, but it's still rifles.
So frustrating to lose and to die in that fashion as well. Through the smoke, unable to basically have control over your fate there. Here comes the play in towards top banana. Vilga ready for the flashbang, but actually Bazinga walks through the smoke. That's very, very bold play. 4 versus 4 now. Utility is fairly poor here for Pain Gaming. They have the smokes, though, to go in for a B execution, but they have no molly to deal with Kelly playing towards the back boxes. Candy here as well with the AK and smoke. Let's see how this is going to end, though. Smoke comes in towards CT. Candy deploying the smoke to try and deny the push. Gets 1.
Important trade. Kelly, again, has to be the hero for Assassins over on this side. The rotation's coming, but she's managed to hide in the corner. Only manages 1, though. That's an important trade coming out from the terrorist side, and it will give them the chance in the bomb plant. But look at the remaining utility. Assassins still have 2 incendiaries to throw in towards this site and can clear both back angles if needed.
Both the T players playing on towards the site as well, which means they haven't got the best after-plant positions, and especially when they're both going to be Molotov'd out, flushed out into the open as Gabby, now into the 1 versus 1, takes the duel, wins it versus Claudia. 7-12, Pain Gaming keep this game competitive. 12-7. Still going to be the 5-round advantage for Assassins.
They're going to risk it here.
Wow, they've gone for the force. Yeah, that is quite surprising. I imagine because Mimi only on, $1,500, meant that it would have been a 4-man buy into the 21st round. So, HG's go in. Bazinga still going to be getting away with 67 HP. That's quite good after being double naded, and she hasn't fallen off the box, which means you're still in the gaze of Vilga. And right now, she is bloodthirsty. In terms of frags, Mimi and Vilga really delivering the numbers. Banana control going to be conceded by Assassins. They're not going to make the same mistake as last time. Vilga got caught out trying to hold banana control for too long. This time they take the advantage, they take the 1-man lead, they fall back and they play passive, and they boost up Kelly as well.
Yeah, they still have a little bit of utility. You can see Vilga just spotting on that side of the map, trying to make sure anybody who is pushed will be kept behind the smoke at least a little bit longer. And obviously the smoke going down also helps the boosted up player. There it goes. He's still looking to try and execute through it, though. There's a couple of players here. Now, this is a difference because there was only ever one player here prior. They're looking on the side, and Vilga's done so much damage with the MP9. They don't even know that Kelly's up above. They will now, but in the meantime, again, Vilga's managed to rotate in. She's looking for the MP9 ace! What a ridiculous play from Vilga, the in-game leader, and clearly one of the stars of the show.
20 frags for the former Res player, now in-game leader of Assassins.
That is nuts.
That is nuts. Let's give the reset as well against Pain Gaming, as they fought so hard to get that last round victory. Only Gabby alive as well in that 1v1 versus Claudia. And now look at the cash, and this is the force by Tom. If they lose this, it's 14-7, and then they have to eco. I think that might be GG, that individual play from Vilga with the headshots with the MP9. Could be game 1 over, and Assassin's actually looking very good in this group. So, Apps Burst coming in. Well-timed smoke, though, as it seems like the flashes are going to rain over. Mimi seems it coming, and this is the Lambs to slaughter in towards A.
Yeah, the double pit presence is going to make this very difficult. Mimi knocking him down, leaving it all onto Bazina, and well, 14-7. This Assassin squad is looking good. I sort of spoke briefly to Kelly, and I spoke to Vilga as well, and Vilga sort of spoke about the reason her leaving Besiktas was like her motivation, the team's motivation, obviously wanting to find players that wanted to win, wanted to try and like challenge in like mixed leagues as well. And I have to say I respect the grind that she's pulled in, and the fact that she's playing very well in this game at the moment. Obviously Mimi, another player I think left for similar reasons, and speaking of the devil, well, that's what she's been to Pain. Aggressive push out, the disrespect starting to show of like, okay, we don't fear you at all anymore. We know that this game is in the bag. And just look, all the way down Banana they go. Flawless victory for Assassins. 15-7 up. And, well, we sort of come into this tournament talking about the idea of, okay, we got Besiktas, we've got Dignitas. They're the two teams to sort of, well, Dignitas definitely the team to beat, but Besiktas looking exciting. And then you go in with Assassins as a sort of new roster. A lot of people don't know what to expect, whether or not they'll be able to like challenge for the title or even just like win some upset games. I said, I sort of like spoke to Kelly, and she was like, look, we think we can challenge the teams. Obviously, it's the first event, so we don't know exactly what to expect, but
if we look back at last year as well, just to touch on that, even Kelly especially, and Candy, playing for Singularity, they were poised to make it out of the groups into top 4, play on the stage at Intel Challenge 2018, but actually got upset by Pain Gaming, who at the time were under Keyed Stars. So actually, you know, coming into this group, we would be anticipating them winning versus Pain, getting into top 4 play. Obviously, going forward, they have some very tough matches in their group, but with the level of play that we're witnessing from Claudia especially, Mimi, Vilga, Candy and Kelly as well. I mean, Kelly with the clutches early on to basically steal the first half away from Pain Gaming. This is a very, you know, it's quite harsh to say upset team, but this could be one of the dark horses going into this tournament.
I think the other interesting thing as well is I believe Pain are actually the only team that still have the exact same roster from last year.
Yes,
I think everybody else has changed someone, or
yeah, a lot of changes.
Some rosters have changed completely.
Yeah, a lot of changes actually being one player,
yeah,
2 players, but a lot of the cores have stayed the same.
Yeah. Either way, it is not looking so good for Pain at the moment. Vilga now looking aggressive on towards Banana. No fear from the IGL as she finds an opening double. This game is looking like it might be put to bed fairly soon, as you can see the T's just desperate for some sort of opening, and the CTs are, well, they're taking more control. They've smoked off Banana, looking to push even further down. I think that's even towards T ramp. They don't care about Banana. They've got Banana. They're going to go pushing all the way through. Kelly doesn't actually have a rifle, and they're unaware of the potential of this. She gets both. Transitions into the second headshot. This game is over. Gabby in a 1 versus 5, and well, Assassins have sort of burst onto the scene with a 16-7 victory. And to be honest, they made that look pretty damn easy.
Yeah, and just like that, the first match is already over here. First game of Intel Challenge Katowice 2019, Tom, and it was a 16-7. Pain Gaming putting up some good close clutch rounds early on, but you could see the individual skill difference there really starting to show the longer the match went on. Any final words to close this one out?
I just say that watch out for Assassins. They're definitely, I think, another team that are looking to try and do some damage at this tournament. Either way, we'll be back after the break.